And then in the, and then in the,
No, don't let him in. Don't boot him
I'm
out.
gonna remove your privileges from this channel
Then,
now.
hey,
Wilco.
I'm
gonna delete your
Boot him into the waiting room.
And then
yeah, good luck tonight, guys. Enjoy it. Hope it's a good one.
all right, see you, dude.
So there's the pace. Probably low 43.
Low
mid
43.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Is he sending
That's
through
3
the
tenths.
stats?
Flipping out.
No stats. We've got a dry quali. All right,
Nice.
cool. Take it easy.
Here we go. They're going out.
All that man.
Are you ready
All
for
that
your?
man
We're live. Are you ready yet? Because they're going out.
Yeah,
Oh, flipping
I'm
out.
just finishing a Wilco hot lap.
Matt wants to get out there quick. He's like, get out my way.
Alright, good luck, lads. I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, see you, dude. I think they're all going to be frightened and horny tonight, if I'm honest with you, because there's a lot up for grabs. Don't you worry.
God, they're right out there.
Just give us a shout out when you're ready, mate, and we can.
Yeah, mine's already live. I've got it on Matt because he stormed out. In actual fact, he's not the one that's up front. I'm going to jump up with side org. Let's go, Heli Whopper.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the season finale of KRL Round 10 from Kyalami in South Africa. A beautiful circuit and beautiful people here with us on the stream tonight. Voodoo, Nigerian Prince, 5 months, baby, don't blush, baby. Subscribing for 5 months. It's been a hell of a journey and it's far from over. Subbing at tier 1, and he subbed for 5 months as I welcome my co-commentator for one final time this season. Bullseye Bobby Hoskins checking in. Bob, good evening to you.
Good evening, buddy. Yeah, looking forward to this. Yes, we've got the outright winner decided, but there's still some scraps to finish this season. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and there we have it. Jason is the champion. Wilco is the champion. And possibly, it's not over yet though, we've got the AM class guys. Craigo for Craigio to win. Does not finish 6th or more places behind Mark Ledwich. And for Mark Ledwich to win, he needs to beat Craigio by 6 or more places. They are the possible statistical, mathematical outcomes, Bob. But we are here in qualifying, and let's just take a look at some of the interesting points to look at. 45-minute race, you know the drill by now if you've been with us for any length of time here on KRL. 20 minutes of practice. 10 minutes of qualifying, 1 mandatory stop for fuel only, minimum pit stop time of 25 seconds, an extra 5 seconds on top of that, Bob, if you want some tyres, and a full formation lap here, Bob, but plenty to play for. We might have wrapped up the Pro class, but plenty to play for in the AM class here tonight, Bob.
Yeah, 100%. It's a shame that Vibesy couldn't make tonight, because that really would have kept that scrap alive tonight. But yeah, you know, there's still a few drivers out there that want some bragging rights over the rest of the guys. So saying that, Matt goes top with a 1:43.8, so he's only about 3 tenths of what we just saw in practice.
So there we have it. Auschwitz is now at 8 tenths further behind from him. Big hello to our beloved regulars for another night. Rain of Fire as well joining us, who said so annoyed, had it teed up to make a wildcard appearance yesterday, got asked to do a 2-night trip for work. Currently watching from Kempsey up there in New South Wales. Fantastic to have your company. One of our regulars, Burrow Dog in the house. Rain of Fire, good luck lads, and Wilco saying let's go. Now it's going to be interesting to see what sort of pace our champion-elect has here, Bob, because I think he's been more interested in the round ball game or the oval ball game than KRL this week.
Yeah, a bit disappointed, you know, a bit arrogant, you know. Oh, I won the championship last week. I won't practice so much. So, yeah, old swellhead takes championship and then this goes on the back burner.
Oh, it's just every day for him now, the great man. Here he is on your screen. He's going to be mixing it down the back, I'd say, tonight, but just another KRL championship in the trophy cabinet. Never mind about that. Let's have a look. Look how close it is. Oh, Voodoo! All the way from Hampdown in South Australia via Addis Ababa in Nigeria. He has said no more ads to Rain of Fire, given 14 gifted subs to this channel, and he's just given him a tier 1 sub. How good is that bloke, Bob? And he just keeps getting better.
Yeah, it's nice to hear he's got his voice back again this week as well. So he hasn't been a naughty boy this week.
No more ads for you, Rain of Fire. And there we have it, 143.572. Auschwitz, one of the two Germans, Mint Matt in between the two Germans. And then it's a rifle behind Matt down there. Look how close these times are at the top, Bob. Just a kitten's whisker in this. Top 5 separated by less than 0.4 of a second.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Those times are very similar to what we saw in practice as well. So at the moment, I'm just watching Craigio just to see how he gets on and where he's going to... Yeah, he's climbed a position, but he's not showing the pace that we know he can at the moment.
Oh, he's capable of more than that, I would say. But that is going to be the interesting battle between Mark Ledwidge and Craig Oyo. And could he be the champion tonight? And I don't want to put you on the spot, Bob. We'll have plenty of time to sort that out tonight. Who else have we got? Nemo, who's done very well. Was it last week? He did an incredible job, didn't he?
Yeah, he was up to 4th or 5th, wasn't he? And then, yeah, it just tailed off towards the end. But, yeah, remarkable.
He was right up at the sharp end. Let us know. Audio sounding fine. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Do the cars need to be louder? Are they too loud? Do they need to go down a bit? Boy, they're very loud in my ears. But that is a good thing because you can see the 19 Porsches streaming around this circuit here at Kyalami, and the cars could go a little bit louder, I'm hearing. How's that, Voodoo? Not too loud? Like the three bears in the porridge, Bob. These are too loud, these cars are too soft, and this one's just right. But we've got 2.5 minutes left in qualifying. Let us know. I've got my hand on the volume button. I haven't got my hands on anything else, and I can assure you of that. But with over 2 minutes left in qualifying, Bob Hoskins, we have Gavea. Now, the German rifle has stood to attention, and he set a 143.337. While I'm shitting on looking at Nemo, Gavea has taken provisional pole, Bob.
Yeah, so Mint Matt has sat right in between the two brothers as well. So I wonder if the two brothers might have a good old scrap in this race.
And you can see that Gavea in first there, and Mint Matt in a German sandwich, a big sausage sandwich. And they'll be marching into Poland into turn 1. Probably can't go with that. But we ended up winning, Bob, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Oh, Nemo having a little bit of a moment here out of the final corner. What time can he set on the board? Bob, that is going to be the question across the line. Stays 13th. And Burra has opened the betting markets with 50 on Mint Matt tonight. That's a pretty solid bet, I reckon. He's only a 10th off a provisional pole. And what were we expecting? What times are we expecting here tonight, Bob?
About what we saw, about what we've seen so far, about a 43.3, a low 43.
Ooh, so that's we're pretty much on track to get those times, ladies and gentlemen. Burra wants 50 on Mint Matt, double or nothing. Rain of Fire, Matt's got nothing. I beat him last week. Rain of Fire up and about tonight. Burra is up and about as well, and Auschwitz, the man who would be more comfortable in a Munich...
Sorry, Norma's just popped in 0.3 off the pace.
Oh, so we saw this man, was it Watkins Glen, Bob? He popped up and He popped up like the little sprinkler out the front yard of my house and just put in a terrific performance, and he's doing the same tonight.
Yep, 100%, and that's great to see. And you know, still attracting new drivers, and you know they're capable of chucking it in the top 5.
And Rain of Fire and Burra, saying, Norm, this man definitely a smoky. And Rain of Fire says he's just joking. He wouldn't even be qualified to clean Matt's wiper blades. Better have a little each way on him too. The boys, the betting markets are open tonight. And let's have a look at Gavea. Who else have we got on the lap, Bob? Who have you got on your screen there? Have we got anyone?
I've just put Sidorg on because Sidorg is currently sat in 7th, and there's only 7.5 tenths between him and first place.
Oh, and there we've got Wilco into the pits now. That's the end of his session.
Whoa!
Sidorg getting sideways there, living up to his name around the final corner. He managed to keep that all together very nicely indeed. As he comes out, he's 7 tenths off the pace. Can he improve across the line? Here he comes. He does, but not enough, Bob.
No, so he takes 1.5 tenths off, but there you have it. So top 8, Andrelli. Look at that time.
Andrelli, where has that come from? Here comes Gavea, standing to attention. Oh, team radio. And let's just, sorry, I'm just going to do a test here. But
Mark Ledwidge improves as well.
And Mark has improved. Where does that put him? Is he the lead driver? I think we've got Disco Stu, don't we, there? Sidor getting drifty, says Rain of Fire. As team radio there for Wilco, who's redeeming all of his kid coins. Save those precious kid coins up because we've got a 45-minute race ahead of us. Not bad for a man in P5 there, Bob, who's more worried about his kicking on AFL 23 than this game. But there we have it. He says, should be a tight race. We'll finish under lights. So that's going to be interesting. And Wilco having a great time there. More concerned about the angles on Big Budweiser's kicking style up there than anything else. But there we go. That's the end of qualifying. And it is the German rifle Gavea locked and loaded in pole position. Then it's Mint Matt, the GT7 star and absolute superstar in my eyes in second. Auschwitz, the man who's probably just as comfortable at a Munich beer hall as what he is starting on the second row of the grid. Then it's Norman Gunston in fourth place. Jason, no practice, Wilco in fifth. Clocate in sixth. Sidorg in seventh. Andrelli in eighth. Not bad for him. And Figo, yeah, that's it. We're calling him that nowadays. Bob in ninth. Disco Stu leading the AM drivers in 10th. Jono Stan, Mark Ledwidge, Shawnee Fuller, Craig, little wooden Indian who couldn't get a kiss, didn't know what he missed and the rest of them on your screen. So we are about to get going here, Bob, as there's an argument in the chat that it should be a tight race, and Voodoo says, why a tight race? Why can't it be a loose race? Loosey-goosey. And have you put up a certain graphic yet? Andrelli wouldn't show me. We can put that graphic up now. We are the champions. There he is, Jason Wilco in his little blue number there from Carrum Downs in Victoria. Champion, pro champion, champion in general. And he's done it once again in KRL. We've got 2.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We might go to a quick sponsors break, Bob, and come back for a very long formation lap right after this. Oh, boy. Gee, that's not bad for someone who hasn't qualified or done any practice, isn't it?
He says he hasn't done any practice. You know him better than I do.
Oh, he would have done a little bit. He's too proud to just... Oh, hello.
Hello. Yes, sorry, it's me. Yes.
Oh, yeah, no more Nazi jokes about Munich beer halls and Nazi holocausts. Thanks, Trev. Oh, yeah.
I kind of didn't hear that one, so you're okay.
Oh, it's still going out over mine.
So
I'm gonna get a YouTube strike.
So I'm going to be going shopping soon. I'm not going to be here at the end of the race. So you guys should have permissions to drag people from the waiting room. Bob, you know how to do that, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I might just boot everyone out.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is I can just give everyone permission to join in here, but just click and hold on people and just drag them up.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about, are you going to be safe going shopping at this hour? Or I don't want to, like, control your life or anything. I just worry. That I worry.
No, it's understandable to worry, Dad. No, it's okay. I've got my older brother's girlfriend with me. She's butch. She'll murder everybody, so that's all good.
Just went back to the Discord
you know
a little bit early there.
That was
really?
actually captured. So I hope your brother's girlfriend doesn't watch YouTube. In particular, Kid Buyer's sister stream.
Yeah, nobody fucking clipping and shit at us.
What are you bringing my sister into this? What the hell are you on about? Oh, hang on. Barra! Oh, big
Barra's like, who's murdering who here?
Barra! Who's murdering who here?
It's up for debate.
Oh, shit. What are we doing now?
I'm just going to disappear again. Have a good race. Have a good stream. I'll speak to you soon. All right, cool. Bye.
Oh, okay, Cam. Yeah, bye.
Dig yourself another hole there, Cam.
10 seconds.
You dug a hole. You can get yourself out. There we have it. Apologies for what we heard there. I can assure you that nobody is murdering anybody at the Woolworths car park over there in Adelaide. Now, just getting back to the season finale. Anyway, where were we? I've lost the train of thought. The cars pulling away for the start of their formation lap now. And Rain of Fire got a little piece of that action towards the end of that break in play there. We do apologise, but that is some of the hilarious stuff that we go on with here, Bob. And nobody is getting murdered tonight, if this can be used in evidence. But as we see the drivers on their formation laps now, Bob, a penny for your thoughts. Last race of the season, round 10 of this championship. It's going to be hard to pick against the likes of Matt, Gavea, Auschwitz, Norman is a bit of a smoky here. Wilco even, a man who foxing a little bit, I think, just selling himself a little bit short coming into this season finale. But anyone's ball game, especially with the AM class, of course. Bob, championship still to play for.
Yeah, so I mean, as that caption that you put up earlier on, it gives a breakdown of the scenarios that we could have, but as it happens at the moment, Mark Ledwidge is ahead of Craigio, so yes, he's got to make sure that if Mark does get away, that it doesn't extend to that 6 positions.
And there we have it. We saw the possible outcomes on the screen just a few moments ago as we've got, 20 drivers, as Voodoo are saying he is guilty until proven innocent. I can confirm that is the standard of proof, certainly in the Victorian justice system. I won't say too much, Bob, but I've been as a member of a jury, actually, on a criminal trial here in Victoria over the past couple of weeks, and that's been taking up most of my time. And trust me, you don't want to hear any of the details. There's a Gavea now leading.
I'll give you the gossip about the criminal trial because I got it earlier. I'll give you 3 heads up. I've been murdered. I'm speaking for grave. I got left at shopping and then put 6 feet on.
And that is a very alive Nigerian prince there, from all reports. So that's right, nothing but lies and circumstantial evidence, says Burra. Nobody can prove we're over there. Nothing but the truth. So help me God, the whole truth. Yes, I took that oath as well. But anyway, there we have it. Well, I didn't take that oath. I wasn't the one on trial. Bob, help me out here. And as we come round to the last quarter, we're about to get underway here, Bob.
Yeah, so all the boys, hopefully they've done all their warm-up and it's all going to plan. Obviously, the temperature is going to dip off in this race, so I'm hoping that they have done all the prep that they needed.
We are about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, for 9 grueling weeks. Make that 11, 12 weeks, I think, including the Easter and Grand Prix breaks. But now it all comes down to one final race here in this season.
Green light.
Green light, and you know what that means? It is go! And Gavea gets a good start, maintains the lead. Heading into turn 1, Matt moving out, getting defensive here on Wilco and Auschwitz, right up his ginger as they head through turn 1. Have they all got away cleanly? I think they have. Mint Matt holds second, Gavea stays in the lead, and Auschwitz has dropped down a couple of places. Contact with Norm. Oh, that's a little bit naughty. Nice and clean though, Voodoo says, through turn 1, Bob.
Yeah, so nice and tight through T1, but as it all checked up over the curves, Auschwitz drifted out slightly and gave Norm a bit of a hip and shoulder.
And Matt has made a move. Yeah, the timing screens are going absolutely bananas here, but Matt has taken... No, he hasn't taken... I beg your pardon, what on earth am I talking about? Because now it's Gavea, Auschwitz, the 2 Germans leading. Then it's Mint Matt, the GT7 Academy champion from 2015, almost up the back of the German in Auschwitz. And he's not going to be sending him to the cooler anytime soon, because Wilco's up in 4th now. Wow! Wilco up in 4th position, a couple of tenths behind Mint Matt, then Clocaid and Norm. Norm having not the greatest start, Bob, here on lap 1.
No, so that will have unnerved him a little bit, that little hip and shoulder moment.
Unnerve him. That'll unnerve him even more, Bob, because he's gone full centre into the wall there.
Oh no. No, I've just missed that. I'm actually up in car with Auschwitz.
Andrelli, there's not going to be a thumbnail anywhere that can describe what just happened there. He's knocked off the pit board as well. It's all going tits up for Andrelli because he knocked off, who was it? He knocked off, shit, I've forgotten who it was. Norm, I think. Yeah, Norm, I beg your pardon. And now Norm is...
Yeah, Norm's stuck against the pit wall.
He's stuck. And the German Dodgem cars at the pit entry. Look at those 3 marshals. What are they doing, Bob? What are they doing? Get out and help the man. Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, no, I would say that...
the marshals are standing there with their arms crossed.
His engine's still running.
They're just looking at what... They're not even doing anything. Anyway, we'll get back to that a little bit later. Disastrous. And Andrelli wants a race where he doesn't get smashed. Rain of Fire says, how good is this? As my dog has picked the worst possible time to jump up onto my commentary box with me. And here we go then, Gavea in P1, Auschwitz in P2, then Matt now down to 3rd. This is the man who likes to bide his time though, Bob. We know that. Wilco in 4th. Craziness on the opening lap here between Andrelli and Norm. Has Norm disappeared off of the timing screens, or am I just seeing things there, Bob?
Yeah, no, he has. He's now disconnected. So yeah, I don't know exactly what has happened, but he was sat against the pit wall for, you know, a very long period.
Oh, and Wilco and Clocaid side by side. And it looks like it's going to be Clocaid who wins out on this occasion. Wilco now under pressure from Shawnee Fuller as well. As we head back to the front, I hope it's not going to be a 3-horse race here. Oh, Clocaid is feisty through Cheetah. And hey there, I see you lurking. Please consider following the stream if you haven't already. Matt all over the back, and he has to pull out of a move there on Auschwitz. Because, oh, that was so close there on that occasion. Stop-go penalty, car
Andrelli.
79. Who's that?
Andrelli speeding in the pits.
So, adding insult to injury, Andrelli getting a stop-go penalty as well. And that's not going to be good for him at all. 40 minutes to go in this race. Round 10 of the championship, the grand finale. And Nigerian Prince chiming up and saying, do you remember that one time, I think it was here, when I was leading by that much, I started talking in the chat? Or was it that Laguna back in the day? I I think it might have been Laguna Seca where you turned up in a gold Ferrari and we christened you the Nigerian Prince from Dubai. And Norm is not a happy camper there, using the kit buyers emojis though. Good to see. That one time at band camp, says Rain of Fire, might have been the one. Gavea leading, Auschwitz in second, 2 German brothers. What could possibly go wrong? As Rain of Fire says, Norm was rather unlucky, and I must say I agree with you. And the Nigerian Prince from Dubai stuck after that golden Ferrari. Go back on the YouTube channel, you might be able to find it. Norm, lap 1 again. That man has no luck. If he didn't have any bad luck, he'd have no luck at all, Bob, because very disappointing so early on for Norm.
Yeah, no, very unfortunate. We've got a massive 4-way scrap going on back here. We've got Shawnee Fuller, Figo, Sidorg and Mark Ledwidge. You could chuck a tea towel over all of them.
And I think we might, if it keeps up like this, because how good is this? Mark Ledwidge and side by side, a little side by side action there. Shawnee, Figo, Sidorg and Mark Ledwidge as well. That is so close in the midfield, Bob. Where do we look with this one? As you can see, Craig is joining us. Another pack there forming as well. We've got Craigo, Disco Stu and Mayo all together with Darce getting in there. Haven't called that man's name much this week so far. But what happened to Nemo down there in 15th, Bob? Interesting.
Yeah,
He's got some damage on the front of that car as well.
Yeah, there must have been a few Cummins together in those initial laps. Oh, Figo too deep on the brakes.
And we've had a request to see Beaky, but Andrelli says hit going into the pits due to the speed I was going sideways. Stop, go, and that is not good. And there we have it, Mayo. We're going to get back to the action here. Disco Stu. And the gap just lengthening at the front. Wilco and the back of Cloquet. This is going to be a interesting battle that's going to last right throughout the duration of this race. So do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It's the grand finale here at Kyalami. And a beautiful little facility here, Bob. One might say that Formula One should return here, and then we would have a World Championship, I suppose, but we've got enough rounds as it is, I reckon, at the moment. And Norm saying sorry to Andrelli. So those boys, very, very kind in the comments in the chat, sorting it out. Well done, boys. That's what it's all about. But well, wouldn't want to be Shawnee Fuller anytime soon, Bob, because look at the pressure he's under from these boys behind him.
Yeah, no, tight in the mid pack. Yeah, no, this should be interesting. Side door. Oh no, that really unsettled that car. Shawnee Fuller, don't know how he kept hold of that. He had a right beating in the backside from Sidorg.
And now he's got another little touch for good measure, but I had to look away there, Bob. So I thought he was heading straight to the scene of the accident. And Figo off the circuit. That looked like a bit of a joyride indeed, Voodoo. As it's Shawnee Fuller, zoom, and Figo and Jono stand now side by side. Figo's got the inside, but Jono's got the high ground for the next corner. And these cars looking a little bit twitchy. We know that is common with some of these Porsches at the rear, Bob, but they're looking a little bit hard to handle around this circuit.
Yeah, Sidorg in particular, I've noticed he's really struggling with the back end of the car. So yeah, maybe just that he hasn't had enough laps out here. There we go again. He was nearly sideways through Cheetah.
And there we have it. So Figo 9th, Jono 10th. Craigie outside the top 10. Currently P3 in the AM class, I believe. Disco Stu is a little bit of a way behind him now. Mayo and Rain of Fire. Shawnee has a bit of fight in him. He likes it, likes his stuff, as Darsk and Mayo. Are they heading down into turn 1? Indeed they are. Down the inside goes Darsk on Mayo, and Nemo wants a little bit of the action. And is he going to find Nemo? I reckon he is.
Yeah, he followed him
through. Wow, it's almost like they left Mayo standing still there. And is Mayo struggling for a little bit of pace here, Bob?
No, Mayo is a very conscious driver. So if it's a scrap he doesn't want to be part of, he will. He'll just step out the way, let him go, and then just use his consistency to progress later in the race.
And great stuff, Rain of Fire there, saying Nemo from downtown, no good. And a bit of a throwback to NBA Jam, which I played a lot as a youngster. Oh, Craigo riding the bumps like you wouldn't believe there. And has he got some damage from that? I'm not too sure, but Craigo having a moment there at whatever corner that was, all over the bumps. And that Porsche, the number 71, not liking it one little bit. And we've got to say that this man is, I wouldn't say he's pushing shit uphill to win the championship, Bob, but he needs a bit to go his way, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or is that Mark?
Mark Ledwidge, he needs 6 positions over Craigio, so it's looking close at the moment. This is going to go down to the wire.
And Rain of Fire absolutely loving it. Craigio, yeah! And he's having a bit of a rodeo. I knew I was onto something when I christened him Craigio a long time ago. He's down in 11th. 3rd in the AM class, and Dask, our pro, down there in 12th. Harvey, vintage racer there in what's become his traditional livery, Bob, of the sort of loud yellow and purple ensemble, down there in 14th. Sideways Polka, a man who I've called many different things this year, down in 15th. Disco Stu, who was up there, wasn't he, Bob? Is he crept down the order, unless I've missed something, but Nemo in the pits as well.
He's ended up quite a way back, actually. He's back in 16th now. So I think there have been a bit of shoulder barges and such like throughout some of these laps.
And just like was it F195, the famous F197, I beg your pardon, Barton, it looked as if he just touched the wall there. You're right there, Murray. And we've got to stop going.
Nemo.
So that's going to cost him big time. He might have come in and fixed the damage on that beautiful purple Porsche, Bob, but he's going to have to come in again and stop and go again.
Yeah, so, Andrelli picked up his stop-go 30, and is he coming in to serve that now?
And he sort of teleported back to the pits. Is he quitting? Are we going to see no more of Nemo?
I think so. Stop go 30. It destroys anything that you fighting to retrieve.
And he is gone. Nemo is gone. I'm so hollow. I'm so hollow, Nemo. And he's gone. And that is another one gone. No, we've lost Norman Nemo. Someone. Oh, team radio. Oh, it's just Rain of Fire. Taking the piss out of it. How good is that? And with 32 minutes to go, someone put Nemo back in the water. He's drowning. And Nemo can go and find his mother. Is that what that movie was about? I'm not sure. I've only watched bits of it. But anyway, nevertheless, Matt now 2.6 seconds further back from Auschwitz, just settling into that rhythm. He does this an awful lot. And it was his dad. That's right, Nemo was finding his dad because the mother probably got killed in some disaster with a shark, involving a shark.
Is he going to hold it?
Yep, that's it. And
so
can he hold it?
Wilco and Cloquet side by side.
And Wilco and Cloquet side by side. They race together. And here they come. And the mother got yeeted to oblivion. What are we even talking about? We're talking about a couple of damn fish. As Wilco now up and about behind Cloquet. This is a little ding-dong. I'm spitting all over the place, Bob. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, he got up on that sausage at Cheetah and unsettled the car a little bit, and he hasn't lost much to Cloquet though, so let's see how this progresses.
Yeah, not the first man that's got up on his sausage and gotten himself into some trouble there. He's dropped back a little bit now, Wilco. Is it a matter of cooling the tyres, Bob, before you have another crack, or is it just about keeping temperatures down, or is it just about saving tyres? What is it here? We see Wilco just easing off. Is he about to have another crack, though?
No, I think they've just matched each other since they went through Cheetah. They're just running very similar pace. So Wilco's car does look pretty steady. Bit of bouncing, as you expect that around here, but both of them are keeping the car straight. There's no sort of tail end whip on these two, so yeah, they'll be looking after their tyres nicely.
And back to this battle, beginning with Mark Ledwich and Jono, Figo and Seidorg, I think, behind those other three. And breaking news, Bob, Andrelli is back and he's happy as well.
So yeah, I think with that stop go 30, that would probably be the reason why he's given up on that. Whoa.
And there we have it. Oh, and some random thoughts coming in from Voodoo. We're going to get to that in a moment. And Figo getting a little bit feisty here. Oh, what the hell? What is our director doing?
Oh, no!
They're around Jono.
Yes,
Jono, Figo,
Seidorg collected
else.
Jono.
And is that Jono and somebody else? Seidorg, I think. We caught the back end of that incident.
Yeah, I was in car with Jono at the time, and all of a sudden you saw Figo's, marker and Seidorg's either side of him. But unfortunately, Seidorg was up the inside, and that's what spun Jono out.
And we did go car racing there, Rain of Fire. It's a party, and I wasn't invited as Seidorg comes into the pits. Disaster for that little battle we're enjoying in the midfield. Voodoo's random thoughts. Imagine a newspaper in the UK written by some drill rappers. It would be like my blood went and done a ting, skirt. And it probably didn't come out how it should have. Rock'em sock'em Porsche, says Rain of Fire, as the Nigerian prince is crying over there in Little Hamp Down, South Australia. And who else have we got here? What other battles have we got? We've got Craig. Oh, sorry, Bob.
The scraps that mid-pack have been having, Seidorg, Jono, Shawnee, Figo, this has now invited Craigio. He is now there's just two cars separating him and Mark Ledwich. Both of them still fighting for that title.
You can see Jono, recovering Jono in the background there. Bit like me recovering tonight, Bob, on a diet of beer and pizza. Probably not the ideal preparation for tonight, but it's got an end-of-term atmosphere about it. Final day of school. School's going to be out after this. We'll give you a bit of a holiday. And Beaky has got Seidorg, I think, coming up to put a lap on him. But this man, don't we love him? He's like, dare I say it, the Minardi of KRL. He just hangs around there at the back, hoping for 16 separate misfortunes to befall the other drivers, Bob, so he can get in the points.
Shawnee Fuller are in the pits. So if he is nursing any damage, I'd expect him to fix that and get back in the scrap as soon as everyone else makes their stops.
And as we look at Beaky, Rain of Fire, Kid Byers living like a god. If that's what you call downing a large supreme pizza and half a dozen bloody Great Northerns, then that's living like a king. Current AM Championship, Mark 100, Craig 103, only 3 points in it, Bob, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's tight like a toiger.
Tight like a fish's backside, as we've lost somebody else. Have we lost somebody else? No,
I think we have.
We have, haven't we? If we could just find out who that is as we take a look at the German rifle. Speaking of Einbitten beer, this man fresh from the Munich beer halls. And you got to be careful at some of those speeches you hear at those, Bob. But this man 4 seconds in front. Do we have some weather that could be at play? Potentially, as Gavea runs a little bit wide there. Maybe not.
Weather's looking stable for at least the next 30 minutes.
And with only 25 minutes to go, that is some good news. Beaky will do an epic Bradbury one day, says Rain of Fire. Voodoo agreeing with him. And I can see you lurking there. Consider following the stream if you haven't already. Wilco in the pits. And is he going to change tyres as well? That'll be extra time, Bob, but he may not. As he comes in, Beaky also in, Shawnee Fuller in. to the pits. We might...
The Craigio into the pits. That releases Jono.
So Craig into the pits. That releases the recovering Jono. Figo further down the road as well. So this is going to shake things up here with 25 minutes to go. Nothing from that top. Ooh, getting bag. And how good is that? Wilco redeeming those precious kit coins even while he's in the pits. He's having a ripping time. Look at that. Is our man from Carrum Downs, because where's he going to come back out? He's in the pits now. Bernie says don't text and drive, but he's out back into the pit lane now and back out onto the circuit. This he's not having a bad night, is he, Wilco? No pressure on him at all, Bob.
Yeah, no, he can afford to go out and just relax and enjoy it tonight. That's the beauty of having such a consistent season. A stop-go penalty for Beaky.
And that is unfortunate. He might have not a lot of respect shown for the pit lane exit there as well. Bobby seemed to cut right across that.
Oh, that's who the DC was. Shawnee Fuller. It's 2 laps down. He had the DC. He's back in the lobby. He is 3 laps down, sat in the pits.
And that is terrible news, because he was having an amazing battle, wasn't he, with that midfield group?
Indeed. So with Figo, Jono, Cydorg, and Craigio, they were all on top of each other.
And disappointing, Shawnee, but keep at it there. He's back into the race, at least. I think he's into the race. Yep, he was P8. And someone wiped out the pit entry sign, catching people out. And would that potentially be Norm, or was it Norm into Andrelli, I think, into the pit lane there? We saw that at the beginning of the race. As we take a look at Mid-Matt now, who's, 1.6 behind Auschwitz here, Bob.
Yeah, no, Auschwitz has really come into his own at this, this circuit. So he was only minutely off of his brother. I mean, obviously his brother's in a different world. He's actually got a 4.7 second gap up front. But Auschwitz he's showing that he can mix it at the top.
Mixing it with the big boys, and there we have it. Cydorg not having his greatest race on record. As Shawnee Fuller, Norm, Rain of Fire, all in the comments, our beloved regulars, part of the KRL family here, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around, and after the race we'll be interviewing our top 3 from each class here tonight. Who halfway through the race? I thought that was one of those sound effects, Bob, but it's just race control letting us know that we're halfway through the race, half still to go, and it's lap 12 here at Kyalami. And I think we're finishing under lights, or under the lights of the cars, yes. Bob, I think, aren't we? Yep.
Yeah, we will. It was too dark originally on the server settings, so I think they shifted quali a little bit earlier, which made... hopefully it won't go pitch black. But yeah, I just jumped up to Dask, who sat in 7th. Mayo finds himself in 6th at the moment.
So good performance by Mayo. We can see here roughly half the drivers. Dask into the pits now, Bob.
And
so
Gavea is already in the pits, and he's also got the fastest lap at the moment.
Fastest lap, purple sectors for Gavea. Auschwitz continuing through. Then Mintmat now 1.2 seconds. Is he doing... can you please cue the Jaws music, Bob? Because I reckon soon Auschwitz is going to need a bigger boat, Bob. Because Mintmat, the 2015 GT Academy champion, is coming right up behind him, quick smart. But when are these guys going to pit? Surely it can't be too long now with 21 and a bit minutes left.
Yeah, we're over the halfway point. So it could be any sort of time now. But yeah, if you're starting to gain pace, stay out there. I've got a funny feeling that Matt has just looked after his tyres through the early stages, and I don't think that he's going to take tyres in his pit stop. He has closed that gap right up on pit entry.
Auschwitz, he's closed that gap. You can gain a little bit of time there. In comes Auschwitz. So is Matt, and we're hearing that Beaky's penalty did not clear as he goes 2 laps down now. Beaky, the very own Minardi of this championship. Who could forget Minardi, the little team that could?
Yeah, I
And is
think
that
you've
showing-
got to do a checkbox to say that you want to serve your penalty when you come into the pits. If you don't check that box, yeah, I don't think you serve the penalty.
So Beaky now needs to do a bit of a check to make sure that he's going to serve that penalty. Vintage Racer down there in 15th, Bob, and not a lot of impact tonight as we've got some action.
No, sorry, it was just because Beaky crossed the line. It was just saying he's got a further 2 laps to come in and serve his penalty. So Mark Ledwidge is currently up front. So if he can string together some nice smooth laps, that will do his scrap with Craigio a lot of good.
And now Mark Ledwidge leading the AM Championship, the AM class. So that is breaking news from Andrelli, the man who... Oh, Gavea, you don't want to be out there. That means you'll have to clean the butt of your German rifle, son. But Andrelli now... Live updates of the championship coming through from that man Andrelli, who does fantastic work. All of the thumbnails, overlays, you name it, this man does it. How good is he? And Fuller, Shawnee Fuller is going to crack open a beer, Bob, and watch the stream and listen to us talk about everything and nothing. That is disappointing for Shawnee Fuller, but still, he was having a great time of it with that scrap in the midfield. But Shawnee, crack open a beer for me as well and sit down and watch the next. What do we got, Bob? 18.5 minutes left in this race. As Mark Ledwidge, is he coming into the pits, Bob?
Yes, he pits now.
Now. End transmission, and Norm, a bit late Fuller, he says, I cracked one on lap 1. And Fuller says, Shawnee Fuller says, will do, boys. Mark in the pits, who else have we got here? Things are starting to pan out now because Gavea coming around the final corner. Beaky's going to have another crack at it, is he? I think he's coming into the pits again. So through to complete the lap, Gavea into lap 15, takes his rightful place in P1 at the start, at the head of the field, and Auschwitz in second, Mint, Matt.
Oh, I tell you what, those boys have closed the gap.
Ooh, and are we seeing, is the gap closer now, Bob? Or
yes, so the gap has closed up a bit between Gavea and Auschwitz. So we're now down to 3.5 seconds. So I think that he was about 6 seconds ahead when he pitted.
And sideways Polka now. He's under a little bit of pressure here from Wilco. I think he's got some pretty quick pedalers around him, don't you, Bob? I think from what I'm seeing here, he's down to 5th. I beg yours, down to 6th. Wilco up to 5th. Cloquet now 4th. And Wilco, I think that battle's going to keep continuing. Sideways has to come into the pits. But at the moment, Craig 103, Mark on 99. 4 points in it now, Bob. 16 and a bit minutes to go.
Yeah, so Mark has got a hope that John O'Stan is repaired damage and is on a flyer. He also needs Sidorg to get involved to give him that chance to close that gap on Craigio.
Now we've got a special request, Bob Hoskins, and that is from Shawnee Fuller, who would like to hear your dulcet tones give his wife Lou a shout out. She says hello, Bob. Take it away.
Hello, Lou. How are you this evening? I hope you're enjoying the racing, and I hope Shawnee boy is being a good boy.
And if you're still married after that, Shawnee, and she doesn't want to run away with our man, then best of luck to you. Hi, Lou, and hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. And Voodoo, they're coming in thick and fast. We're forgetting about the action on track, and we're giving more shout-outs than you can throw a stick at, Bob, because Voodoo now wants a sweet and sensual shout-out from your good self.
Well, hello, Cameron. I hope you're having a fine evening this evening. I hope the shopping doesn't drag you down.
And we'll leave it there. You're even getting me a little bit excited at the business end of things because Shawnee Fuller says the missus is packing the bags, Bob. Lou's on the way out. And, well, we didn't think it'd come to this. And we've come so far. Right on the season finale. We've got 15 minutes to go in the championship, Bob. And now Lou decides to walk out and head to Perth so she can track you down.
I tell you what, right, it is all hot enough at the moment. Crayo now has Sidorg and Jono large in his mirrors.
And you can see that as we focus back to the on-track action. Love to give our fans a shout-out. Nothing wrong with that, but less than 15 minutes to go here. Oh my goodness, look how close it is getting. Crago, the wooden Indian who never got a kiss, is there in 9th, and then it's Sidorg 10th. Jono now recovering. These boys got a little bit busy prior to the midway point of the race, but look how close it is there, Bob. And Darsk and Mayo having a ding-dong as well.
Yeah, I've just noticed that gap, actually. I'm just going to jump there. So, yeah, Darsk has been chipping away, and yet this is going to be interesting for these boys in the last 14 minutes.
14 minutes. Did you hear Bob Hoskins? 14 minutes left in the race. 14 minutes left in what has been a fantastic season of racing here in the Porsche GT3 Cup KRL season number 4. An absolute pleasure to bring everything to you over the last 10 or 12 weeks of this season. And it is the German rifle, and Matt is right up behind Auschwitz here, and he's going to have a crack, I think, Bob. Close. He's around the outside, is he? No, he can't quite get through there.
He had to lift.
He almost had to, he definitely had to lift off. And Rain of Fire says Mayo will need a wide load sign for the back of his Porsche now. We'll get to that battle in just a few moments because Matt looking to get a nose in front, Bob.
Oh, that is a nasty pedal. Oh, if he holds it round there, that is a move of the century.
And not quite getting it done at the moment down the hill. And now Matt's got another chance. Getting a little bit of a toe there down the back part of this circuit. And I've got to say, this is box office blockbuster stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. 13 minutes remaining in this race, 13 left in the season. And these two, it's going to go down to the wire for P2 here in the end. Auschwitz are just managing to hold on, and he's putting that Porsche in every single place he needs to put that Porsche, Bob, on the defensive here as he comes across the line to start a new lap. And where are the passing opportunities? I'm not too familiar with this track myself, Bob, but where are the passing opportunities here at Kyalami?
There are a few. I mean, into T1 is, you know, that's the biggest opportunity you got. If you're carrying enough pace through that, through 2 and 3, you can also make a move here. You've got the run up to the long right-hander turn number 4 that they're coming up to now. If you can exert enough pressure, it can force a mistake. But you've got to tread very gingerly around there.
And
but it's more or less a track of applying pressure, making them just dip a wheel, or, you know, just force a mistake, really.
And
you know, similar to Brands, sorry.
That's all right, no worries. We'll get back to that in a few moments. I think I was just about to say, Bob, we've got some other battles here happening, don't we? Sidorg right up behind Crago. Jono 2 seconds further back. Darsk still on Mayo. We like to mention everybody right throughout the field. And Shawnee Fuller there watching from the pit lane. Beaky now has completed that stop-go penalty, Bob, and he's out and clear in 16th.
Yes, I mean, credit to the boys. I mean, you know, Beaky's a couple of laps down. This is what it's all about. It's getting out on track, you know, just churning those laps out. Enjoy it for what it is. It's, you know, it's a great title.
And Beaky there having a bit of a moment there. Commentator's curse. Disco Stu hasn't, he's got some damage to that 72 Porsche. Haven't called his name an awful lot along with Vintage Racer, who's having a little battle here, if you don't mind, with Sideways Bob down there, P13 and P14, Vintage Racer.
Yeah, it's a shame because Stu was right up there as well. Oh, there we go. Sidorg's got it done on Craigio.
And we'll get back to this battle, but Sidorg and Craigo. And, well, it was Craigo in front, now it's Sidorg.
So separated by 3 places now. I don't know if Andrelli's listening, but can he give us a quick
Yep, that's...
quick update on that?
Oh, Disco needed P7 for 3rd in the championship, I reckon. And Andrelli, breaking news, 10 minutes remaining in this race. Mark 100, Craig 104, Bob.
Right, okay. Right, so yeah, he needs Jono to pull his finger out and start harassing Craigio as well then. And possibly one more.
So that is the scenario, ladies and gentlemen. It could end up like, remember the Timo, is that Glock? Is that Glock? It is! And who knows, some funny things can happen on the last lap. Craig, 103 points, correction, says Andrelli. Craig on 103, Mark on 100, so keep an eye out for that as the German rifle just cooling his heels in P1 at the moment.
Oh, no! And Jono, all kinds of sideways.
Jono is sideways there on this occasion, but I reckon he's going to live to fight another day, Bob. Off in pursuit of Craigo there in P9.
Yeah,
and
the
so
gap doesn't
plenty...
seem to have changed by a great deal, so see if he can recover that and bring the fight back. 1.5 seconds down.
Let's wait and see. 15 people out there watching the stream, wherever you are. Please leave a comment, follow this channel if you haven't already. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're sitting at home with the missus trying to give her excuses not to leave and run off with Bob Hoskins, having a beer, wherever you're watching, whatever you're doing, this is where it's at inside the last 10 minutes of this race. Matt, this battle continues, Bob, between him and Auschwitz, and Auschwitz is going to be one sweaty crowd at the end of this.
Flipping hell, yeah, he would have had a big pucker up moment there. I'm sure Matt did as well.
And you can see now, ladies and gentlemen, Auschwitz now gaining a little bit there on Matt, but Wilco and Cloquet, this is a battle that's been raging for the last 40-something minutes in this race, and Wilco's going to finish possibly P5, possibly P4, one or the other, because Figo now, look at that gap between 5th and 6th, Bob, 27 seconds. So you could almost come in and make a pit stop, could any of the top 5 guys here.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was all. There was a cascade, or not a cascade. Actually, the opposite effect when you know, that midfield battle. You know, a few of them were nudged off track, and it just completely split the field.
It certainly did. And oh, what happened there? Cloquet. I thought Cloquet might have had a half spin or something, because Wilco's through now and up into P4. He sort of disappeared off the screen there for a second, Bob. It was rather strange coming through that last corner, but Wilco now up into 4th, and Rainer Fire says Cloquet for driver of the day. And Fuller says, I second that with Rainer Fire. Norm, big disagree, says Norm. And Norm, let us know who you think should get driver of the day if that's the case. But Cloquet and Wilco again, as that large Supreme Pizza is coming back to haunt me. Not ideal, Bob, before the start of a big race, but Sidorg now right up behind Mark, and Mark will not want that for the championship.
Yeah, so yeah, it's all still to fight for at the moment. But yes, if Mark bleeds a position or two, yeah, that's just handed everything to Craigio.
And it sure has. Sidorg is now through on Mark and almost off the track there. Shawnee Fuller had a wicked start, so I'd take it, says Shawnee Fuller. And just like the movie Predator, oh God, why does he ring now? The bloody camera guy's ringing me. Piss off, Rob, as I've put that phone down. That's stuff for the weekend. That's my cameraman ringing me. And we're heading all the way up to Finley in New South Wales, Bob. But you don't need to worry about that, because you need to worry about this race and what is going to happen here tonight. P8 for Mark at the moment. Sidorg is through and up into P7. Figo, not Figo, Figo, I beg your pardon. Up there in 6th, all on his own. Clocaid now has dropped back a little bit, Bob. Has he given up the fight on Wilco here? Is he just conserving?
Well, we don't know if he took tyres, so he might just be struggling. It's hard to tell, you know, if the boys have taken tyres or not. It's you know, a shame that we don't get you know, a notification in the timing screen.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens here. But now, time ticking away. If you're just joining us, we're going to recap. Shawnee Fuller says Mint Matt, always good value, banging on the pressure as he always does. Craig by 5 points. Andrelli, thanks for the update. And
look at that pace advantage that Gavea's running, though. Oh, he's 13 seconds out front.
Unbelievable stuff. And not sure whether I should call my cameraman back at this point in time. Rob, you'll have to wait, unfortunately. But 4.5 minutes left in this race. Gavea all over the curbs there. And is he just I think he is just managing the pace now, isn't he, Bob? 13.7 seconds as Disco Stu.
Yeah, Disco Stu didn't really know what to do there. He didn't know which side to let Gavea have. And yeah, they both nearly tripped over each other.
And we've seen it before with Esteban Ocon and was it Max Verstappen in Brazil there a couple of years ago. But Auschwitz now in second. And Mint Matt dropping back. Is he just foxing with us, toying with us? Let's not quite sure, because he does this. And pit lane chat from Shawnee Fuller says, I do know that Clocaid was discussing taking tyres before the race, Bob, so that is going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, because that could potentially see him come up. Has he got a bit of tyre life there? Although has he... Oh, it doesn't look like he's got an awful lot of grip there, though, does it, Bob? And now he's 2 seconds behind Wilco at this point in time.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't take tyres, you do run the risk of, especially in these cars on a track like this as well. You do run the risk of running out of pace. You know, in that sort of final 10-15 minutes.
And Shawnee Fuller, sorry, beg your pardon, Bob.
No, go. Oh,
No.
Wilco is only a second off of Mint Matt.
And what is going on here with less than 3 minutes in this championship? Wilco, no practice Wilkinson, as we christened him before the start of the race, is right up behind Matt. And not too far off Auschwitz for P2, would you believe? And Shawnee Fuller says he may have swapped strategies, Clocaid. And Burra says, lucky I took Simmons as an each-way bet.
Oy.
Looking good at the moment, but less than a second, Bob, now.
Yeah, so I think Wilco took tyres and these two ahead of him did not.
Well, that's what happens. You wrap up the championship, you take the pressure off, and now Shawnee Fuller says the champion to win. Burra says he might have spoken too soon, but here comes Wilkinson.
2 laps left.
2 laps to go in this race. And you can see now it's all coming down to the last couple of tours here. Craigo behind Mark, and that's going to be an interesting one for the championship. But look at these two. The two AM class drivers here, championship contenders, Bob, going for the win here in the AM class as well.
Yeah, so yeah, if Craigio gets the job done on Mark here, it's a convincing win in the AM class. Great that it's gone this far. Great that there were so many drivers still with a sniff.
There we have it. It's been a fantastic championship. We know that. Shawnee Fuller says next lap Wilco turn 1 overtake. He's going early. And I've got to say, he hasn't got too many more chances, does he, Bob, I think? And Rain of Fire says, could it be a Senna Prost moment with Craig and Mark? That's an interesting question. Oh, Craig looked a little bit sideways, happy there. And now he's got Jono right up. Look at this battle, Bob. Mark, 8, Craig, and Jono right up behind him.
Yeah, I'm sat in car with Craig here at the moment. I can see Jono like appearing in his mirror, and obviously the. Oh, that was close. Here he goes. Jono's having a look at the outside.
Oh, I thought we had a team radio there. Beg your pardon, Craigo on the inside. Jono hanging it around the outside. If you don't mind, I reckon he's going to get it done. Yes, he has. But Jono, yes, Craig, I should say, is going to have another say in this one. Rain of Fire. Could it be a centre cross moment? Let's wait and see. He's got to get past Jono now, though, doesn't he? But remember
deep.
And he's gone deep. Happens to the best of us, and that is it. 3, 2, 1, 0. Where do we look? We've got Gavea there, but we'll get back to what do we got? Wilco. That's all steady. But we might go back to Craig and Jono. Oh my goodness! This is fantastic! And there we have it across the line for one more lap, Bob. And Craig's got some work to do there. I don't think there's any other or many other close battles as Gavea is on his final lap of the race. Final lap of this championship, and this man has not put a foot wrong tonight.
No, awesome racing. Awesome racing. And I don't know how... Does that give him 4 wins for the season? Does that give him the title of most wins?
You'd have to ask Andrelli about that, I reckon. And we'll wait and see. We'll confirm that. But around the final corner, Andrelli's going to give us all the stats in a lap's time. We've got less than a lap to go. But there we have it. Gavea wins.
Yes, that would be his 4th win of the season.
The final race of the season and 4th win to boot. If you don't mind, Ausch visit across the line. Matt right up behind him, but he will take second. Matt in 3rd. Wilco, no practice. Wilkinson in 4th. Clocade comes across the line in 5th. And that was Beaky rubbing along the fence there. But Figo coming through to complete the lap. He was a long way back. It was sort of a 2-tier race, really, wasn't it, Bob, in the end? But here comes Figo. Seidel got too far behind him.
Yeah, Seidog's not giving it up. He's flipping, having a go in the last 2 corners.
Right to the end. Look at this. Figo across the line in 6th. Seidel can't do much about it. He takes 7th. And, oh, look at this. Jono and Craig, are they going at it towards the line? Are they side by side?
No, that was Mark Ledwidge. So Jono got the done. Oh no, Craigio did get Mark Ledwidge. So
Craig.
Yeah, he seals it.
So as Jono going head first into that one. Well done, gents. Stiff to win 4 out of 9 and not get the title, says Rain of Fire. Well done, lads. Thank you, Normie boy. And Shorty Fuller, great commentary as ever. Good times indeed. I wouldn't be talking Bob Hoskins up too much, as Lou is already heading out the door and packing her bags. Wilco says burnout drift time, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around though, because we are going to the post-race driver interviews not too shortly, as it is Rain of Fire says the Blitzkrieg has come through in the end. And said Alvita Zane to the rest of the field. And some bad news coming in from the Shawnee Fuller household, Bob, is that the missus has left and Lou is on the next plane to Western Australia. But that's the end of the race. That's a wrap, Bob. What a season we've had.
Yeah, cracking season. Cracking season. One that I think it delivered as well. It's obviously Wilco's won quite a few championships, but yeah, this one made him sweat all the way. Great to see some of those drivers out there, you know, making the transition from GT7 to the superior title. Yes. And no, they've given us nothing but excitement.
Great stuff. Sorry to Shawnee Fuller, says Sidehawk for the wax. Great job to the guys at the front, Sidehawk. Burra says, great season, lads. Great racing, top-notch league. The one and only Kid Byers in the comms box with Bullseye Bob. Absolutely stellar stuff. And 22 people joining us now on the live stream. Thank you to everybody who's contributed. We're not going to... Don't wind me up yet, Burra. We're not done with yet, are we, Bob? We've got the driver interviews as we try and negotiate Discord. Bob, I think you've been given the task of controlling who gets into the commentary post-race.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I better get over there, eh?
Oh yeah, you better do that, eh?
Better get to the door.
Oh, get to the door. Don't fucking smash my fucking door. And there we have it. So well done, Beaky, for finishing a race. It would have been easy to quit early on. We love Beaky. He is the, what do I call him? The Minardi of the field, but we love him. Serial killer, Nigerian prince. How much of that did Burra hear in our commercial break? Better give him a shout out. Don't want to end up on the hit list. Has he gone shopping? Bob, I think he might have left and gone shopping. He's pissed off and gone shopping on us right at the worst possible time because it's the end of the season nonetheless. But check the burnouts.
So we've got 22 viewers. If any of you haven't followed, please follow. And the Kid Buyers channel has only got 9 to go to get to their target of 150 followers. If you haven't followed, please do it.
And also, Bob, while we're giving the shout-outs, head across to Bob's YouTube channel and chuck a follow there as well, or subscribe, whatever the hell it is I'm talking about. Mick says, check the burnouts. I kind of can't do that. My controls are locked at the moment. I can't quite see what's going on. As Wilco says, I did made burnouts and Trev wasn't watching. Oh, can I get the lamb skewers, please? You should have heard him. You should have heard him down at the Spanish restaurant back on Grand Prix weekend. No, just kidding. Great stuff. But what are we doing now, Bob?
I'm checking the waiting room and saw...
Okay. Just working beautifully here, waiting for... we got 22.
There's no one there.
There's no one there, eh?
The doorman's got nothing to do.
Oh, got nothing to do, eh? And Jason says 224 points to Jason. In fact, Andrelli says that. Jason, 224 points. Gavea, 200. And he'll be the butt of a few jokes after that. A few German jokes, if you don't mind. Sideorg, 183 is Beaky. Says, evening, gents. Is there any way we can get Beaky into this? How do we get him into the call here? Can we invite him in? Bugger it, I'm going to invite him in. We're going to have a chat with him to talk about his races. The championship order, there it is. Wilco, Gavea, Sideorg, Mint Matt. Would have been interesting, Bob, to see Matt in a couple of more races as well, wouldn't it, in this championship?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think, you know, if all the boys do manage to get a full season in, it will be tight again. It will be stupidly tight.
Stupidly tight. Haven't heard that one, I've got to say, but let's have a look. Andrelli, well done, legend, says Mick. Beaky, you are an absolute superstar. And in the AM class, I think we've got the points here, Bob. Craig, 103, Mark, 96, and Vibesy, 85. That was an interesting little side battle. It was like another kind of storyline, wasn't it, to go with the championship up the front. And Matt Simmons, look out, Matt. That was mega fun. Congrats all for a seriously fun season, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have you along, Matt. Any prize money for most drive-throughs in a season? You couldn't quite get the pit stop worked out there. Wilco, can you drag the guys up for the Nigerian Prince?
Here we go. 2 are in the waiting room.
And let's just get them out of the waiting room and into the big time. Let's have a look here. Let's wait and see. Are you doing this, Bob, or am I bloody...
So I've just dragged Beaky and Mayo into the chat.
And I was just about to say, before we did that, Wilco, that Voodoo has gone shopping, would you believe, and left all of the Discord stuff in our very capable hands. We got where's the German rifle?
We got Matty Simmons. Yeah, we need both the Germans, and that will be our pros. We're also missing Craigio and Mark Ledwidge.
And we'll just wait until we get a few more guys. We've got who have we got here? We've got Beaky in the chat. That's fantastic. We've got Mayo. We've got Matty Simmons, and we've got Bob Hoskins as well. Of course, I've been talking to him for the last 2 hours, but we'll wait for the rest of the guys to come in, which shouldn't be too long. Stay with us out there. Just recapping if you're joining us. We've got Gavea, the German rifle, winning tonight ahead of Auschwitz, the two German boys, 1 and 2. Mint Matt, the 2015 GT Academy champion, and one of my personal favourites. I know he's listening. In third, Wilco in fourth. How about that for no practice? Yeah, right. Up there in fourth. Not too far behind in the end, if you don't mind either. Cloakade in fifth. Figo in sixth. Thydorg in seventh. John 08. Craigio in ninth. Mark in 10th. Mayo in 11th. I'd love to... you want to share the joke with us, Bob, or is this something...
I keep on dragging Gavea up into the chat, and he keeps on popping back into the waiting room. No, I don't want to come in yet.
And we'll just wait and see. Once we get all of our drivers in, we might kick things off. If we've
that's
got
all of them.
In the...
We've got everyone in it.
And we've got Gavea in the house. Can you hear us there?
Yep, there we go. Figured it out. Cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Gavea, talk us through it. Guten Abend, first of all, to you, my friend. Fantastic race tonight. Great way to finish off the year. Clinical in the end, mate. You didn't put a foot wrong. Talk us through your win tonight.
Well, yeah. The start took a few laps to find the groove, I guess. I was a bit worried with my brother closing in, especially with Matt behind as well. So I thought, oh, here we go, I'm going to slip up, but finally got into the groove, and then I just focused on trying to get that lap times in clean air, and pit stop I sort of did okay. Came out with my brother just behind me again, even knowing I thought I pulled a gap in the first stint, but then luckily I had my brother and Matt fighting, so I got to sort of pull away a bit at that second stint. So yeah, I'm very happy with first.
Fantastic stuff, mate, and congratulations. Great season, mate. You took the win tonight, and all the very best.
Yeah, most wins of the season. 4 race wins.
Yeah, awesome. Herschlecken, Gutenschlaven, heartfelt congratulations. At least I hope that's what it is. Thank you, Google Translate. As we head along to our visit in second. Mate, can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic stuff there, mate. P2 in the end, 16 seconds. Off the brother in the end, mate. Talk us through your race tonight. Yeah,
start was not too bad. I managed to get Matt pretty early on in lap 1 or 2, just from him attacking my brother, and then managed to keep within about 2 seconds of my brother for at least to the first pit stops. But then my tyres just fell off, and then my new tyres that I put on didn't work too well either, so immediately came under fire from Matt, and then defended for my life for what felt like 15 or so laps. So yeah, apologies for driving the widest Porsche in the land, Matt, but I really wanted a podium that wasn't a third place for once, so good fighting.
Congratulations there in P2. Thank you, Auschwitz, mate. All the best for a great season, and we'll catch you soon. Matt Cheers, Simmons, thank you, Auschwitz. Matt Simmons, who we can talk to you now. P3 in the end, mate. Not too far off of P2 in the end, but you had a great battle throughout that race with Auschwitz at different times.
Yeah, I kept reading his back number plate pretty much the whole second stint. First one was pretty hectic. That first lap, I thought I was able to get up into first, and then made a mistake into the left in the middle sector, and that pretty much summed up my race. To be honest, I kept making little mistakes when I got anywhere near Auschwitz, and then gave him a couple of touch ups in the last stint as well. But it was fun.
Yeah, they were scary, mate.
It was. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was just fun. The side-by-side battles and that, it was mega. Yeah, full respect to Auschwitz. He made it as wide and as hard as possible, and it's one of those tracks where you can do that too, so it made it pretty enjoyable. I ended up overheating my tyres, and then Wilco started catching up, so I started looking in my rear view mirror, which didn't help my cause. But then last lap I just put my head down, thought I'd just have one last-ditch effort to try and get Auschwitz on the last lap, but not to be. But yeah, stoked to finish on the podium. The season's been really fun, been really cool to be a part of it, joining a couple of rounds in. So yeah, I think we're all keen to get going again in the next season when it starts up, and we can all have a crack from round 1.
Great stuff, Matt. Matt Simmons there. Thank you, mate. Congratulations. P3 tonight, and yeah, who knows what could have been if you had another couple of races in there in the middle part of that championship, mate. Congratulations, and thank you for a great season.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Also, Gavea, well done on P1 tonight. Absolutely dominated. So well done, mate. Great job.
Great stuff. He started off as the subtitles that greeted me to the cafe in GT7. He's become so much more since then. Thank you, Matt Simmons. And Bob, we are going to move right across with the AM class drivers now, I believe. We got Craig here. Bob, take it away.
Well, I'll go in reverse order, actually. Just, because of what happened in the, the tables as well. But yes, so Mayo, you managed to get yourself up onto the podium in the AM class. Nice consistent drive there. Looked as if you had your hands full a few times with all the battles that were going on ahead, and then as they were recovering, having a good old scrap with them in the midfield there.
Yeah, it was a good fun. I think Kyalami is one of my favorite tracks, and yeah, I was trying to avoid people doing donuts in front of me, and I have a good battle with Dars. Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Dars was going to go away, but actually I managed to keep him behind. So that was really good fun and really clean racing. So that was good fun, and it has been a really good season. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, no, it's good to see you back up there, mate. We know that you're capable of some remarkable pace. It's good to see you actually, getting back up there and getting on the podium for the AMs.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
So we will go to Mark Ledwidge. Great race out there. Just lost out in the last few laps. Looked as if you were going to push Craigio all the way. We had live updates on the points and everything as that was going on, and yeah, just that last couple of laps, it just looked as if your tyres may have let go. Take us through your race.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't change the tyres, thinking, they're not too bad at the moment, so I'll keep going. Lap times were okay, but yeah, I think in the last 10 minutes they just fell away, and yeah, I could see the delta times slowly creeping up towards me, and Craigio ended up getting me. I think Beaky went off, and then Jono got spooked and then came back on track, and I hit the brakes a bit too hard, and yeah, lost it. And yeah, but anyway, it was a bit of a lonely race, but no, it was good fun. Well done, Craigio, for the win, mate. Well done.
No, good stuff. No, great racing, and great that you still had that battle going right into the the dying laps, if you like. That was great to see.
Yeah, cheers, guys. It was a good competition this year, and first year to be part of it. And thanks, Wilco, and everybody who's put it together. It's been really good.
Nice one, mate. Nice one. And our AM title holder, Craigio, take us through your race, buddy.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, that one. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. When I saw Mark take off at the start, I thought, I'm done here. There's no catching him. And then, I was just lucky that I took tyres halfway through and managed to claw my way back. But yeah, I had a couple of good battles that race, and the whole season's been amazing fun. It's been a good first season for me.
No, you've done really well. Well, all of you actually. Newly moved across. No, you've done really well. And to see you guys still fighting in the final laps, after the whole season going by, and the title still not being decided, that was great stuff.
Yeah, I did spend the first 10 minutes of that race paying more attention to the deltas than I was to the race, which didn't help either.
Well, no, that's good to hear, though. You know, it means something. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, it's you had something to fight for, and it was obviously playing on your mind. But yeah, you come out on top in the end, and congratulations on taking the AM trophy for this season.
Thank you very much.
Great stuff. Awesome work to everybody. That's our top three for both classes. It's actually starting to rain now, would you believe, in the pit lane. Where was that rain? About 20 minutes ago. But fantastic effort from everybody this season. We started, well, it's been a while. When did we start, Bob? Was it back on the 9th of February with the with that enduro up there at Bathurst, Mount Panorama on the 9th of Feb? And then we had a week off, and we had another 3 rounds, and then we had the Grand Prix and Easter, and then we wrapped it up tonight here at Kyalami. What a championship it's been, and it's been absolute privilege and pleasure to bring it to each and every one of you. We've seen a lot of entertainment and had plenty of fun along the way. And if Wilco's in the chat, Wilco, I think you had a few hello, come in over.
Buongiorno, how are we?
Good, my friend. And mate, I think you had a few words to say, just wrapping up the season. Take it away.
Yes, thank you. So first off, awesome race tonight. Cloakade and I had an awesome battle, but don't worry about my race. No one cares about the 4th place finishes. But no, seriously, big thanks to every single driver that's raced this season. Obviously, we had a few guys rock up for the first season, so you're insanely fast guys. You got Matt, Sidog, Gavea, the 2 German brothers, Cloakade, Jono. All these guys are coming from the GT side or just for different leagues. And yeah, you guys have made this season so hot, so competitive. It's been awesome. Yeah, so big thanks to you guys for racing. And of course, also got to give a shout out to my guys that have been in KRL since season 1. So you got your Good Vibes, your Kilroy, and all them. So big thank you to you guys for turning up each week. And all the other drivers. Seriously, everyone. If you guys don't rock up each week, this race does not go ahead. So the AM guys having an insane battle throughout the whole season. Congrats to Craig on the championship. Bad luck, Mark, but again, really good driving by you. And yeah, just thank you so much to all those drivers. You're absolute legends. I've got 2 more to go. So Andrelli, how good is that guy's work? How good is that? He is absolutely amazing. Obviously, Voodoo has got a soft spot with me. He's been doing the graphics for years, but he said, I don't know if I can do the graphics this year. So I asked Andrelli, and as usual, within space of 2 seconds, yep, I'll do that for you, Jason, no stress. And yeah, absolutely insane. He's already got the results up for this race already. So big thank you, Andrelli, and yeah, love your work and look forward to more of the endurance series thumbnails and all that sort of stuff you got going up your sleeve. And of course, last but not least, you 2 absolute goats of commentary team, Trev and Bob. You guys are absolute legends. You know, the best duo we've had in KRL for sure. Like, you guys just complement each other so well. And I do like to watch back the streams after the race, 11, 12 o'clock, and I find myself pissing myself laughing with how funny you guys are. So absolutely pleasure, as usual, having you guys as KRL commentators. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Fantastic.
Pleasure, buddy.
Well summed
Pleasure.
up. Absolute pleasure. And well, Bob, that's almost a wrap for another season. Yeah, thank you, mate, for a fantastic year and plenty of laughs along the way.
Yeah, as always.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mick Burrow, as well.
Pull husking there, did I, Bob? Bit juddery in the voice there, were you?
Oh yeah. No, I was really choked up. I was battling the tears. I really was.
And some of those tears there, but no, thank you, everybody. Fantastic. Like we said, we couldn't have summed it up better myself. It's been an absolute fantastic ride this season. We've had some great racing, plenty of laughs along the way, and it's been an absolute pleasure to bring it all to you. Stay tuned to all of our social media links along the bottom of your screen now for any further updates. We've got the endurance series as well, don't we, Wilco? Still ticking along there, so that's fantastic as well. So stay tuned for that, but that's a wrap.
Little plug quickly. That's Spa, 6 hours of Spa on the 9th of June. On the Friday is the qualifying night, and the 11th of June on the Sunday. I think, from memory, the race starts at 1:30 Australian Eastern Time, so 6 hours of Spa, so it should be good. Hopefully we can get a stream going. I know it's a long stream and it's a Sunday, so we'll see how we how we go. But yeah, that should be what's that, about 4 or 5 weeks away. So should be awesome.
Stay tuned for that. Fantastic stuff. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wrap this season. Another season of KRL done and dusted. And take care. Be kind to one another. We'll see you next time. But for now, it's goodbye.